Welcome back, guys, to the Job Not Done podcast. I'm your host, Jackson Hogan, and if you've never seen or heard of me, I am here to give you the advantage, the upper hand, and to help get you to be the 1%. And today, I think, is a great topic, especially for the 1%. In life, we always find ourselves trying to say, hey, I'm going to balance this. Hey, I'm going to balance that. But what ends up happening is we live a life of mediocrity. We don't follow through on what we say we're going to do, and we never get anything done. Our life is motionless. It's meaningless. And that's why you're being fed this misconception of balance. Balance is bullshit. And I know someone's going to say, "Hey Jackson, what the fuck do you mean balance is bullshit?" Well, let me tell you. People will say, "Well, you have to do all these things every day." That's maintenance. That's maintaining your life. That's maintaining your daily habits. That's maintaining your non-negotiables. That is something you must do every day. You have to do it or you will not live. You're maintaining it, therefore it's maintenance. It's not balance. Because if you have the mindset of, I'm going to just half-ass everything, you're having a mediocre day. You're not moving the bar up. You're keeping the bar here. And I want you guys to be as successful as possible. Because when we put our minds in a sense of mediocrity and average behavior, we then inflict people with that. We tell them it's okay to be average. It's okay to be this. And people are going to say again, Jackson, but it is okay to be average. No, it's not. It's okay to be average in certain things. And that's why it's important to find your calling. Your calling and your vocation is what makes you, you, man. And to whoever is watching this video right now, you need to understand, if you don't find your calling, you're never going to progress in life and you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be truly happy. It's different for everybody. For me, it's starting my business. For me, it's putting my health and my academics at a priority. And that's part of my maintenance too. It's part of maintaining my daily life. Additionally, you're never going to succeed if you're never happy. You got to be happy at some point in your life to find some kind of success, man. I can't tell you enough about how much untapped potential that I see, not only from people who are in a older generation, but right fucking now, man. Right now in our generation, there's no drive, there's no sense of purpose, and there's no fucking discipline. And I'm getting sick and tired of it. I'm getting sick and tired of people laying their hands down and getting a fucking trophy for participation. It's bullshit. It needs to change. You need to find your calling, and you need to fucking get going, and you need to start grinding now. It really comes down to you. Nobody else but you can do this. You need to become the 1%. And people will say, well, not everybody has the mindset to become 1%. Shut the fuck up. I didn't say you had to be a billionaire. I didn't say you had to be the best athlete in the world. And that right there leads in to finding your calling and finding your purpose. Because once you do that, you can become the best at that thing. Because it's your God-given fucking right and birthright. Fucking do that and follow through with it. You have to pursue that. If you do not pursue your calling, you're never going to find success. You're never going to find happiness. And you're never going to move the stone forward. You're never going to cross the finish line. You're never going to do anything meaningful in your life. I mean, the chance that we are on this fucking planet and human out of the entire expanding, vast, wide universe is fucking minute. It's minute, man. And if you're not getting your ass up out of bed because you want to scroll on TikTok, what the fuck, man? The chance that you're human is so small, you're wasting it looking at other people's fucking success when you could be going out there and making your own success. It's not easy. That's the thing you have to understand too. It's not fucking easy. It will never be easy. You can stack up small wins over a year. You can become more successful over the span of a year. It's fucking awesome, bro. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, whoever's listening to this video, if you just accomplished something. But you have to understand that it's not going to be easy the rest of the way. Once you get it, it keeps getting fucking harder. New levels, new devils, man. Something else is going to come up, and there's going to be people in your life that are going to drag you the fuck down. There are going to be people in your life that are going to drag you down to their level of insecurity. And that's because they can't do shit. And that's because they're not driven. They don't have their purpose. And they have no discipline in their life whatsoever. It's really sad and it's really annoying because I hit home this point every time when I'm having conversations with people, and it comes to fruition that I can like predict what's going to happen in their life. I see how they're approaching life. I see how their habits are going. For example, right? I'm not calling out anybody specific, but I have known somebody who has used drinking as a way to neuter their feelings and neuter their emotions and neuter the way they feel because that's the only option they think they have. If you're doing that with, it doesn't have to be alcohol. If you're doing that without or with something else in your life, if you're doing that with vaping or hitting the vape every day, right? Succumbing to vices, temptation, that kind of thing, you're never going to move the stone forward. This is one of the biggest problems, especially for men. And it comes from external things. It's not even on the screens first. What happens is they hear something. They might hear it on like a podcast or something like that, but they hear it from someone out there, typically women, but also other men too, right? Telling them that they need to be less aggressive. They need to be more reserved, right? And that's why I emphasize the point of being aggressive, disciplined. There's a way to do that. There's a way to regulate your emotions while observing, understanding them internally, and then being proactive externally and understanding, hey, I can't let this affect me right now. I need to go fucking attack the day. That's where your mindset needs to be. That's the mindset shift you need to have with that. And so they get this external feedback, input, and they're like, oh man, I should be less masculine. I shouldn't be, getting a pump in at the gym, feeling good that I'm looking bigger. Because people are gonna say, oh, that's your fucking ego. Shut the fuck up. You can tell the difference between ego lifting, and personal ego. I think we can all determine that. And then the next step, they start to believe it internally. They start to reminisce like, yes, this is the life for me. No, it's fucking not, man. If you're watching this video and you think about that and you're thinking that right now, you need to stop. You need to stop and you need to reevaluate what's going on. I really don't give a shit who you fucking voted for because my goal is to help people. It's to help people. I don't really care what you support politically. I really don't give a fuck because I want everybody to be badass motherfuckers because we have to change the culture in this country. We have to change this culture in the country around masculinity, around leaders. It doesn't have to do with men either. It can be women. It can be fucking anybody. It can be young people. It can be older people who feel like they don't have a voice. It doesn't matter who you are, motherfucker. It doesn't matter. Because what matters at the end of the day is leading, is being a fucking leader and not being a follower. Like, obviously, you have to learn how to be a leader, and that's okay. But my God, put yourself out there and get uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable. Because if you don't get uncomfortable in life, you're never going to be successful. And you're never going to find success. Because 90% of your life, let's be honest, you're going to fail and you're going to look stupid and people are going to think you're crazy and people are going to think that you can't do this shit. I get that kind of shit every day. I get random DMs telling me I'm a fucking loser. I get DMs shitting on me for playing ultimate frisbee and that I'm not an athlete. I get all this shit. I don't really give a fuck. Because they're insecure and they're fucking jealous. They're fucking jealous that I can do all this shit and that they can't. Be a leader, man. Be that example man. Be that example woman. for other women, for other men, for other people in your life. Really care, man. Fucking put your head down, put your head in the shit, and grind. When you do that, when you put your fucking head down in the water, in the shit, in the turmoil, in the trouble, you're gonna fucking be more proactive and resilient. You are. It's as simple as that. That's why being balanced is a dangerous mindset. I'm not saying to overtrain every day. I'm not saying to train the same thing every day. And I'm not saying don't take rest days. There's a difference between balance, maintenance, and stupidity. It's clear. There are three different words and they mean three different things. So please, if there's anything that you took away from this today, put your head down, set a goal for yourself, write down your non-negotiables, find out what you love in life, whatever your calling is, whether that be your career, athletics, academically, research, leadership, mentorship, all of those things. Being a servant leader, leading by example, helping others that have gone through similar scenarios, similar experiences as you. Go out, do that shit, thrive, don't survive, and keep fucking going. And the one thing I'll say, and I always tell people this, and it's like I'm beating a dead horse right now. Obsession is going to beat talent every single day. Eventually, obsession will overcome talent. Your obsession for something, to get better at something, to make more money, to be a leader, more people are going to go to you. More people are going to understand, hey, I want to follow this guy. I want to be like him. He's an example citizen. He's an example leader. He's an example dad. He's an example son, daughter, father, mother, grandparent, acquaintance. I'll end the show with this. If you're not finding your calling, if you're not setting a goal, you're already losing, man. You're already losing, and you're being reactive to everything. We talked about this last week. You're being reactive. Balance, it, it's gets you to a certain point, and then it won't take you beyond because you're going to have to make sacrifices in life. You're going to have to sacrifice the things you love. You're going to have to sacrifice your free time to make that business, to study an extra hour, to work on the field an extra hour, to work on your calling. And that's what it's about. Getting better and being us, whatever you love. If you guys like the show today, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment. Any critique or feedback is much appreciated. And I'll end with this. The work's not done, and that's because the job's not done. I'll see you later, guys. Peace.